Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Abyss, and as you can tell from the title, we have a brand new, different type of video for you guys today. Not tank test, not staking, and, well, no real PK content from this century. Now, with that being said, I just wanted to let you guys know we are going to be running another AGS giveaway on this video. So if you do want to enter, all you guys need to do is, of course, hit that sub button, leave a like, and comment your username for a chance to win. But before we get into the content, I just wanted to say, I hope you guys are having an amazing Christmas, or if you're past the day now, I hope you had an amazing Christmas, and let's jump right into it. If you asked anybody in the current RuneScape community to recall some of what they would call the most iconic PK videos and the most iconic PKers in RuneScape's history, they would probably give you names like Killppl, Kids Range, or even Mage. Now, these are truly some great PKers in their own time, and some of which I've even had the pleasure of knowing, but the truth is, there are actually tons, and I mean tons, of others out there that just simply never got the public recognition. I've been PKing on RuneScape since I was about 9 or 10 years old. I started how anyone else would. I just simply started by trying to fight others in the wilderness. Simple as that. Within a year, I got into the clanning scene, and from this time I was about 10 or 11, and that was back in 2005. Most recently, however, I noticed a large part of people in the YouTube scene have started to share nostalgic videos, pictures, and memories of the past. And with my background and experience I really built up over the last decade and a half, I thought I could maybe show you guys a different side of things and also provide you with some interesting views of my own. So earlier I referenced Killppl, Kids Range, and even Mage, three of the most iconic PKers to most people. Now, of course, everyone will have their favorites, but really that's besides the point. Now, all of these PKers have in their own way built a certain foundation and a legacy for people to cherish for several years, even after all of these players have quit and don't even think about the game any longer. In 2005, YouTube officially became a website, a business, and a video sharing platform, but it didn't really start to take off until late 2006 for most RuneScape related content. Most PKers who were very involved in the scene would take their PK videos and upload them to other file sharing websites like RapidShare or Mega Upload, which are two websites that have now been permanently suspended for illegally sharing copyrighted material. Now, once these people uploaded their videos, they would take them to some of the most popular clanning websites and clanning forums, like Mayhem Makers or Damage Inc. to name a few, and what was formerly known as RuneScape Community, which at the time was actually the biggest website for RuneScape related things, whether it was skilling or anything like that, but mostly for PKing, PK galleries, and PK videos. Now, eventually this here was converted to become the official Zybez forums and ultimately shut down just a couple years ago due to the fact that nobody used them anymore. Now, on these forums, people would download each other's PK videos, and each person would wait anywhere between 10 to 30 minutes or longer just to watch a video that they potentially didn't even enjoy. Imagine this, you go to YouTube and anytime you wanted to watch a Sir Pugger video, a framed video, an Abyss video, you would need to download it and actually wait anywhere between 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, or even upwards of an hour just to see one video, and you might not even enjoy it. Now, a great solution did actually come, and this was one of which a RuneScape player by the name of Kilkis came up with. He decided to make a video sharing website where you would not need to download videos in order to watch them, making it extremely accessible for tons of players. I don't actually know much about the guy Kilkis himself or why he decided to do this, but in 2006 I got wind of his PK video sharing website on one of the clan forums, and I decided to check it out for myself. The first thing I noticed on his website was a pretty cool layout for the early ages of the internet, and it was just a pretty big list of everyone's PK videos, their titles, and of course which video it was, whether that would be their first video, third video, fifth video, and so on. Now, they were also organized in two layers. It was either RuneScape Classic or RuneScape 2, and it made it very easy to navigate. Upon scrolling down this list, you would see a ton of videos that were deemed either good by him or his community of moderators. Players would basically post their video on his video sharing forum, and the moderation community would vote if the video was worthy of being posted on his website or not. So you could only really expect some of the best content here. So I'll be completely honest, at 11 years old, I found this really cool, and I really wanted to have one of my PK videos posted on the website. It was just one of those things at the time that really stuck out to me, and of course I tried my best to get some of my videos on there. I posted I think like 3 or 4 of my first PK videos, and well, they were all denied. So for my 5th PK video, I really decided that I wanted to do something special, something that people would deem as good enough to be on the list and on the Kilkis directory, and so I spent the next few weeks after school finding clips, different PK locations, and all sorts of stuff to make my 5th PK video really stand out. So after uploading my 5th PK video onto the website, I did actually manage to get it approved, and it was added to the Kilkis directory and the website itself. So from there, I would continue to try and emulate the same formula, but unfortunately, Kilkis ended up going MIA and the video sharing website slowed down and was no longer being updated regularly. Luckily, this was early to mid 2007 and YouTube finally really started to pick up. There was a lot of people uploading PK content on there, and it was obviously now available on other platforms. For a long time in the PKing community, the better PKers refused to upload their content onto YouTube and would often make fun of the YouTube PKers by calling them things like YouTube heroes. But yeah, thinking back on that situation, I don't really know how that's an insult, but that's what happened. Since Kilkis basically shut down at this point and stopped being updated, eventually the website was completely closed as the hosting was not being paid for, and for me, this was a little bit of an end of an era in my RuneScape childhood and something that I'll never forget. A large part of why I even started single PKing, hybriding, and my love for the deep wilderness was because of this website and what I learned from it. How to tank at certain locations, what a lockpick is used for at Mage Bank, how to safe spot NPCs in certain areas, and ultimately how much I really enjoyed the mechanics and teamwork used to kill another player in a team versus team situation. So what I'm trying to get at is, if your team was strong enough, you could literally control the most dangerous parts of the wilderness back in the years of 2005, 2006, 2007. It was not only very profitable, but it was extremely fun and very endgame content. Back then, there was no raids, there was no theater of blood, there was none of these things that we currently have now, and honestly, the most endgame and tough bosses back then was like KBD and like Cowfight Queen. There was nothing. We didn't have anything. So once you maxed your account, most people really just joined clans and then obviously started doing PK trips and, well, wars. So as I stated previously, the Kilkis website was shut down, and to my knowledge, someone downloaded a huge chunk of these videos while they were still available back in 2005 or 6. Now, a random YouTube channel has a ton of these videos uploaded with little to no views, and I came across this channel because I was searching for a specific video by name, and I luckily came across the video that only had like 9 views at the time. Unfortunately for me, however, this person decided to download all of the videos before my videos were actually added to the website, so it's a little bit outdated and there's definitely a lot of content missing. But if you love old school PK videos, you'll definitely enjoy this channel, and I will make sure to put the link for it in the description down below. Not only so he gets a little bit of love if he ever looks at the channel anymore, but of course, I know a lot of you guys enjoy the old school nostalgic PK videos, and some of this stuff is unlike anything I guarantee you have ever seen. So for the next few minutes here, guys, I just want to take a quick minute to review at least one kill from each of these videos. I just want to talk about them a little bit and explain a couple little things or maybe Easter eggs that people didn't specifically know from back in the day, and how advanced some of these PKers really were in comparison to other people that were obviously very well known. Anyways, guys, if you got this far in the video, it's about to get a lot more interesting, so let's jump into it. Alright guys, so this is the first clip I want to review, and if you watch this guy's entire video, you can see that this is a recurring factor in every single clip. Now, the thing that really stands out here is the fact that this guy is using a tank shield. Now, this is somebody I actually know. I've known him a long time. His name is David, aka Geezerpunk, and I'm not gonna lie, like, actually being able to identify why a tank shield is important back in the day is a really, really, really good thing. A lot of people nowadays obviously camp spirit shields, or they'll bring a crystal shield or a DFS or an arcane or whatever, but back then, most PK videos, people were not bringing the tank shield, which is absolutely crucial in order to survive. Without that tank shield, when you just got a Carol's top bottom on, you were going to be getting hit insane damage. You have no defense bonus, you have hardly any sustainability, and if a big team gets on you, especially with how broken Mage was back in the day, you will die 100% if you do not tank those melee hits as well. So once again, this isn't the biggest thing, but I'm not gonna lie, this was something that stands out because if you compare this video and this clip to every other video that you will probably find on this channel, you will see that he has that superior game knowledge and that he's actually a very, very, very big step above the curve when it comes to tanking and stuff like that in comparison to all his peers. Alright guys, the next person I want to talk about is a dude named Skeletor. He's been around for such a long time. He's produced so many very high quality PK videos, and I'm not going to lie, I just have a lot of respect for him as a PKer. He PKs by himself primarily throughout all of his videos, and on top of that, he's actually risking. He's using Aram top bottom, which at the time I think was anywhere between 3 and 4 mil, which was a lot of money back then. That's basically the same price of a whip, if not a little bit less. But other than that, I mean, realistically, the guy isn't the most intelligent PKer at the time. Like, there were definitely people that were a little bit smarter than him. As you can see in some of these clips, he's using prayer pots, and he's also using brews, which, as you know, you have to use super restores if you're using brews because your stats will decay and you won't be able to get them back up. But at the time, this was actually a very common thing. No matter if you were a good PK or a leader of a clan or whatever, it doesn't really matter, because back then brews were so new, and PKing and the internet in general, and a lot of the people were just so new to the game. Like, PKing had not really been around that long. The game had not really been around that long. No metas were formed. Nothing was really out there. But there were PKers that really recognized that and they capitalized off of knowing how to use brews and restores. Skeletor, in my opinion, was not one of them. But that does not discredit him in any regard. He's always going to be a legend and always going to be considered a top tier PKer in the nostalgic era in my books. Alright guys, and this is the third person I want to review, a guy named Walid121. In my opinion, the finesse king. If you watch all of his clips, he gets all these dragon trainers to skull on him, and this is at an era in the game where the game is basically brand new. Like, no one has really formed any metas like I talked about previously. This is early 2005. If you look at the prayer book, if you look at all these things, you can very easily tell what stage the game is in. Look at the ground, look at the graphics, look at the water, look at everything. Everything on this game is new, and he already had formed a way to get people to skull on him and a way to trick them. He was sitting at green dragons. He gets all these people to skull on him, and in my opinion back then, that was unheard of. Nobody did it, and you can see like he's not even skulled in a lot of these clips. The people that are hitting him, they're skulled on him. So that's why I call him the finesse king, and I've always really admired Walid121. It's not really a thing where it's like, wow, it's so amazing he's PKing Rune, but I just think that to be able to improvise that style of PKing at such an early infancy stage of RuneScape was just pretty cool, and it's something that I was always like, wow, that's actually that's interesting, because at the time I was just a little kid, and looking back on it even now, it's like, damn man, that guy, like, that was a trendsetter back then. Like, people are still skull tricking to this day, and it's because of stuff that he came up with. Alright guys, I'm going to show a little bit of favoritism here because I just want to shout out my man Slasheroth. I've loved this guy's videos ever since I was a little kid. The one thing that always really stood out to me about him is the fact that he used Ice Blitz at Mage Bank. I don't really know why, but I guess at some point he did eventually get Pop Barrage, and then eventually he got 94 Mage for Ice Barrage, and I guess watching that journey was cool as well. His PK videos were always really clean. They had a lot of really good music, a lot of really good songs, and I just enjoyed watching his content back in the day, and even to this day I still really like his music and his PK videos. Like, they just flow very nicely. And the one thing I will say about him that really stands out is if you see this clip that's on the screen right now, this guy is using Darok Tribrid with an MSB and an OG set of DH and an OG set of ARMS. Like, you don't see that stuff in any PK videos back then. The only person I've ever seen do DH Tribrid other than Slasheroth in Old Wilderness that I can recall off the top of my head was a guy named Daddy J17. But even so, I've seen Slasheroth do it first, so I'm going to give him the props for that. Alright guys, so for the finale of the video, I want to introduce to you Mr. Ghetto Klaw, one of my longest friends in this game. I've known him since I was about 10 years old. The first single team I ever joined was actually his clan, and right off the bat, he's doing the 5-way switch, which was extremely unheard of for the year of 2006, 2007. Nobody was doing switches, like maybe 1-way, 2-way switch, that's about it. And right off the bat, you can tell that this guy is calibers above most PKers and most people in his era and in his bracket. He's already definitely one of the best. No one is doing anything like that back then. He's already elevated himself to a level above most PKers. He can definitely, at this point, he can get into like probably whatever clan he wanted to be in, stuff like that. He's just a very good PKer for that era. And even nowadays, like, you know, there are people that don't PK in switches, and back then he's in a lot of risk. He's not in like a lot of brews. He doesn't have a huge team. He's basically solo PKing. He's got very small numbers with him, just him and a T-Beer. And then to add some fuel to the fire, he amps it up again and starts risking a party hat. This guy doesn't even have 94 mage. He's like 85 mage or something. He's running around max strength. He's got the purple party hat out. He's in hella risk. He's at the prime level for teams to actually kill him. Back then, you know, Exiled, L2K, Brutality, they were all mid-level teams like 110, 115 combat. He's at the prime level to be killed and hunted down by them. And yeah, I don't know. I really never felt like Ghetto Klaw got enough credit. His videos didn't get a lot of views. And in the end, I mean, I think that, like, you know, if I'm going to be making this video, I should really give him the props that I felt like he's deserved for the last 15 years. Obviously, this is not something, I'm not trying to discredit anybody else or nothing like that. But I do feel like, you know, like he's a good PKer and nobody knows him. And, you know, even though the video's like 10 years old, I feel like it's something that people would want to see. So I'm going to make sure to link all these videos down in the description below, and hopefully you guys go and check them out. Alrighty guys, and that is going to wrap up the video for today. I really do hope you enjoyed. I know I don't usually make videos like this, but hopefully this is something that I can kind of get into. If you enjoy me talking about random commentary and random nostalgia and lore and stuff like that, I would be very interested to give you guys my opinions and perspectives on things in the PK scene. But for now, we are going to randomly pick the winner of the AGS giveaway on the last video, and let's see who won. Love the Vidsman Arson is 77, Dunamis 77. Alright, brother. All you gotta do is message me in game either on RuneScape, Discord, Twitter, or come into my live stream, and I got you whenever you want an AGS with your name on it. And if you guys want to be entered for the next AGS giveaway on my next video, all you guys got to do is leave a comment in the comment section down below with your username, just like my man Anthony did, and you will have a chance to win an AGS as long as you've liked the video and subscribed to the channel. But anyways, guys, like I said, that's going to wrap up the video for today. Thank you guys so much for watching if you did make it to the end. I do apologize if this is something that you didn't subscribe to my channel to see, but this is, like I said previously, something I really want to get into. I do enjoy doing stuff like this. It's actually a lot easier than just going and getting a whole bunch of PK clips as well, and I think I could produce stuff like this very often. However, it does take a lot of research, and I have to do a lot of digging and using Wayback Time Machine and stuff just to see certain things. But honestly, if you guys enjoy stuff like this, I will continue to produce it. And I have so much history that I would love to share with you guys, so many different stories, stuff like that. And just let me know in the comments if it's something that you guys are interested in. Also, if you guys would be so kind as to check out the last video. For some reason, I don't think YouTube pushed it. It didn't like get recommended or anything. So I'll put the link to that on the screen right now as well. Make sure to go check that out. We got so many good tank tests, a lot of really high risk kills, and just a whole bunch of fun stuff that I know you guys will really enjoy. With that being said, guys, hope you guys had a great Christmas, and I will see you guys soon.